were able to. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself so that we're not perfect strangers at all. I'm Tangela Collins Myers, known as the money employer. Why? Because I am on a mission to help people understand how to put their money in places so that it works harder for them than they work for the money. So I always say, I need your money working harder than you do. I'm so excited about this amazing platform and industry because about 6 years ago, I was in a place I had been in corporate America for about 23 years at the time. And, was, classic story, overworked, underpaid, overlooked when it came time for promotion, and even found myself in a position, y'all, where I was asked to train and have someone on my team that was making more money than me. And so the company tried to justify it, but it wasn't justifiable. And so that's when I knew it was really time to look and find something different to do, because I wanted my time freedom and flexibility. Yes, right. You can relate. Okay, Hattie, you can relate. So you know what that feels like. But I tell you what, I love people and I care so much about my team. It didn't matter that he was making more than me because it wasn't his fault. I actually advocated for him that he continue to get his increases. And so that's when you know you got a true heart to really serve people. But anyway, so my story was that, and I knew that I had to get my time back. I had to get my time freedom back because I would work, sometimes 60, 70 hours a week, find myself coming home sometimes way after 10 o'clock and having to be back up right on the gerber wheel early that morning around 7:30, 8 o'clock that morning. So I needed something else. And then I also knew that there was other skills and gifts in me that I needed to give to the world. So I was looking to make a greater impact than what I was. And so I saw this amazing industry and said, you know what, I want to be a part of it. Because in this industry, when you talk about helping people with credit, helping people with their finances, being in banking, I knew the importance of that. I knew what it was like to see people denied and they just trying to figure out how can I get myself in a better position. So I said yes to this amazing industry and this amazing platform that we own, y'all. Now, I love being an advocate. And I'm gonna tell you what, I love being a member or what you consider a customer. Because my husband and I have saw some tremendous success. So let me jump right in and talk to you about these amazing services that truly have changed our life, because I really thought I had to live with something on my credit, and met with some attorneys and found out different. So let me tell you a little bit about this amazing platform that we're on and how we help, which is DebtCleanse. What you have before you right now that we're going to share with you is a powerful, affordable system and solution that not like anything you've ever seen before. See, when I knew that this was a platform that was going to help people eradicate debt while also improving their credit score, see, they were talking my language. When we're looking at a solution where it's going to help you save money, it's talking my language. And so these amazing co-founders here, Mr. George Newberry and Mr. Chet Seeley, Mr. Newberry actually created this revolutionary system back in 2018. Why? Because he needed to get himself out of debt. See, he was an avid real estate tycoon titan, but he found himself in a situation where, he had properties that were destroyed. And it was through natural disaster. And he found himself $26 million in debt. But one thing I love about Mr. Newberry, he was determined that he was going to figure out a way to solve this without ever having to file bankruptcy. Put some fire signs in the chat for that. We're not talking $260,000. We said 26 million. And so he decided that he was going to share this amazing strategy and approach to being able to get your finances in order after he had lived through it himself. And so what I would say to that is, thank you, Mr. Newberry, for learning the lessons, but more importantly, being selfless enough to be able to share these solutions with others. And then he partnered up with the amazing, we call him Cha-Ching Chet, Mr. Chet Seeley, who is a personal finance pro, to now be able to share this solution with the masses, you and I, every day, that's looking for solutions to really get our finances back on track. So hear me and hear me clearly. This debt and credit problem solving is done right with this amazing solution. So in the next 5 years, we will help 1 million people resolve their debt, improve their credit, and become homeowners. And I said 5 years, but y'all, we know that we can do it much faster than that. So we've applied pressure and we said we will get this done in 3 years. So you're talking 1 million people. So what is our approach to solving this? Because it's different from anything. We have what we call the 3 C's. We check, we challenge, and we change. And so we're going to help you with a better solution. First, we check, which is to really help you develop your own personal debt freedom strategic plan. Put some fire signs in the chat for that, because notice there it says your. This is a tailored, unique solution just for you and what you have going on with your particular credit situation. And I always say the best way to be able to solve any challenges, you've got to be willing to look at it first, right? So in this check, we're going to help you examine, and you're going to have credit attorneys, plan attorneys, that's going to help you take a look at what's going on exactly with your credit situation across all 3 credit bureaus. Then we're going to prepare for the next stage, which is challenge. We want to be able to execute that debt freedom plan. See, it's great to plan all day, but until you execute, that's where the rubber really meets the road. And so this is where you're going to find where we're going to be able to help you to delete that debt by reviewing every entry on your credit report, disputing those debts, and credit report inaccuracies. Put a pin in that, because I got to tell you the amazing story about how this solution has helped my family tremendously. I'm going to come back to that. And then the third step was going to change. Finally, we're going to help you get your credit back on track. Listen, if you're on this call tonight and you said, I showed up because I know that I need to get some things in place. I need to get some things in order. I need to fix some missteps that maybe I made along the way. First, I say, forgive yourself. You know, everybody, life happens to everybody, but I'm excited that you're here because now you're able to do these 3 C's, put yourself in a position to get the help that you need. And so let's take a look at some statistics, because for me, this is really staggering to let you know you're not alone if you're on here and you say, I really need to get my finances together. Listen, there was 5 million Americans that didn't make their rent or mortgage payment in December of 2020. Think about that. We didn't say couldn't pay it all. We said didn't make. And so I know plenty of people that's on forbearance, and nothing to be ashamed of. Take advantage of that opportunity to be able to get yourself back on track. 4 million Americans' wages are being garnished to pay delinquent debts. Can you imagine that? You go to work, you work hard for your paycheck, and it's already being garnished from you before you can even get home and use it for the things you really need to use it for. 8 million Americans use payday loans to pay just ordinary living expenses. You know, what is amazing about this, do you know there's more payday loan places than McDonald's and Starbucks combined? Yes, you heard me. I didn't say independently. And so you know every corner you turn to, you see a McDonald's. Now every corner you turn to, you're seeing a Starbucks. There are more payday loans than the 2 of those amazing big companies combined. And then you got 71 million Americans that have collection accounts. Listen, debt collections is one of the fastest things that hit your credit report, but rest assured the solution is here. Did you know we can help you with all these things? I want you to take a screenshot of this, because this is absolutely amazing. Because when I looked at our own personal situation, and I thought about my husband's mounting medical debt, because unfortunately he had a heart attack at the end of 2019, and the insurance had not renewed, and we were in this 15-day crazy window, and he had a heart attack. Guess what? Those medical expenses hit his credit report. But this is a solution that was able to help my husband, since being on this amazing platform, get rid of $29,000 worth of medical debt on his credit report. Can we say absolutely amazing? Drop some fire signs in the chat for that, because I'm excited to not only advocate for other people, but being able to be a user of the services myself. You look here, personal loans, credit report inaccuracies. Let me tell you, credit report inaccuracies, this is one of the biggest concerns that each and every American face. They have inaccuracies on their credit report. I had an inaccuracy on my credit report, met with my plan attorney on a debt that was in great standing. He told me exactly what I needed to do to challenge it. And as a result of that, in partnership with the attorney, I was able to get $6,400 worth of debt, good debt, removed from my credit report. And the company had to pay us a check for over $7,800, refunding us every single penny we had ever paid to them since we had this debt. So can I say you're with a solution and with attorneys that know the law, know how to leverage the law to be able to use them for you, which leads me perfectly into this next slide. As consumers, I have protection. And so we've got these protection laws, and the attorneys are aware of these to be able to leverage them to help us. So you got the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, you got the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and many more. What I'm excited about, these laws are in place to protect us and to help each and every one of us. But the other amazing thing about that is that we have planned attorneys in place that know these laws. So guess what? We don't have to have a law degree to be able to get these laws to work for us. That's why you have to partner up with this amazing platform to get with experts that know law. Law knows law, and they know how to leverage that for us. And so when you think about kind of where we are, you have a solution before you right now that if you want to stop those threatening notices, those creditors harassing you, making you think they're going to come in your house and take your firstborn, if you're tired of receiving those constant collection calls, or you're just sick and tired of looking at your credit report saying this wrong, this is not mine, I paid this on time, but it's showing this is late. This is the solution before you. So let me empower you really quick with some powerful information for me that changed my life. I'm an avid believer that if I know the rules of the game, I can play the game, right? And so here is how your credit score is calculated. This is like the foundation to understanding credit. 35% of your credit score is based on payment history. Pay your bills on time. If you learned that growing up, drop a 1 in the chat, because I learned that. My mom preached that. Pay your bills on time. But she didn't know there were 4 other key components to maximizing your credit score. 30% of your credit score is based on the amount of credit owed. So think of credit cards, revolving lines of credit. How much do you owe? When you max those out, the credit card companies are satisfied because you're paying them a lot of high interest, right? But from a lender's perspective, they're looking at this saying, if you are overextended in your credit, maxing out your credit cards, you may not be in a position to pay me back if I lend you money. So you really want to keep the amount owed below 30% of your approved credit limit. Then 15% of your credit score is the length of your credit history. All credit is great. So you want to keep those credit cards open if you've had them for many, many years, because this is going to work to your advantage. 10% is new credit. So new credit is not bad if you absolutely need it. And I caveat that, if you need it. So that accounts for 10% of your credit score. And then 10% is credit mix. Are you able to, manage a mortgage, manage a personal loan? Are you able to manage a car note? And so the mix of credit allows a lender to see, can you handle the variety of credits? And so this is how your credit score is calculated. Definitely take a screenshot of that and learn this, because this will help you understand how I can maximize my credit score. So let's look at this quick example here, because, I'm a firm believer, I'm a visual person. Here you have Jane and John. They both went to purchase a home, $250,000, 30-year fixed rate mortgage. So what is the difference? The difference is this: Jane had excellent credit. John didn't have excellent credit. So what does this mean for you and I if we're sitting in a position where we have excellent credit? That means we're going to be able to make purchases and save money because we're not going to overpay in interest. So in this particular example, Jane had a 730 credit score, ended up, saving her over $100,000 in interest. But John, who had a lower credit score, caused him to have a higher interest rate. He paid more money. So that means lower score cost him over $200,000 extra. And it's the exact same house. So I asked you, do you want good credit or do you want not so good credit? I vote good credit all day. So let's think about this. 5 stages to better credit. Stage 1 is debt analysis. Your plan attorneys manage this process, working with you to identify and dispute debts as appropriate. That's exactly what we went through. Talk to our attorney, talk through every line item on our credit report to figure out that stage. Stage 2 is credit dispute. This is the fastest way to really improve your credit, by removing those negative marks. So your plan attorney is going to quarterback this process with you to get the job done. So what we're saying here is that you're going to get started with a solution where you're going to be in this to help your financial situation, but you're going to have support every step of the way. by very knowledgeable experts, plan attorneys that know how to leverage laws for you. Stage 3 is the dispute escalation. This is where the DebtCleanse attorneys are trained to pursue claims. They're going to look for what we call actionable items. They're going to look for, how can we sue someone because your consumer protection laws have been violated? See, that's what attorneys do. They sue people. And in this particular case, we want them to sue people because you want to get your credit cleaned up, and you also want to make sure that those creditors that didn't follow the rule, they get the message loud and clear. They need to follow the rules. Stage 4, expert legal help. This is beyond receiving just normal recovery. This is no fee violations. Members receive a 25% discount from plan attorneys for any kind of covered matter. So we're talking about now you have a legal defense team right at your fingertip. And then finally, stage 5 to better credit is simple: future management. Listen, once you work hard, partner with this amazing platform to get your credit back on track, to get your finances in order. We want to continue to help you build that strong credit on an ongoing basis. So it's not just a quick fix, get it fixed, move on. No, we want to help you manage that so you can continue to monitor your credit, improve your credit, and protect your financial future. And so these are the 5 stages to a better credit. Throughout this journey, you are never alone. So you may be looking at this thinking, okay, what will the investment be to get started with this? I tell you, it's only $149 one time to get started. This includes your first month membership. And so this is going to include having your monthly consultations with consumer protection attorneys. And let me tell you something. If you're going to put attorneys on retainers, you're going to pay way more than an initial fee of $149.90. That one service alone is well worth the investment. But we're not going to stop there, because you're going to get all this. You're going to get debt analysis tool. Listen, if you want to be debt free in 2023, let me see you put debt free. Right? You're going to get debt analysis tool, show you how to get out of debt faster. Score simulators and trackers allow you to be able to simulate, if I make these certain types of moves, what is that going to do to my credit score? You're going to have dispute letters sent for you. That means you don't have to worry about trying to get to the post office any longer to mail your own DIY letters. Our company handles that for you. Attorney guided dispute letters. You're going to get monthly three bureau credit reports, so you can continue to see what's going on. And you're going to get identity protection so that we help protect you while you're on our program, working hard to build up your credit. We want to make sure that that's not easily taken away from you, because identity theft occurs every 3 seconds. You think about that for a moment. Somebody's identity just got stolen just that quick. And then we got some amazing bonus benefits, budgeting and tax tools. Listen, I'm always a firm believer that I need to be in control of my money, because then otherwise my money will be in control of me. So with our budgeting tool, you're going to be able to intentionally tell your money where it needs to go in order to work for you. You're going to have student loan solutions. If you got student loan debt, we got a solution to be able to help you with that. And it's only going to cost you $89.95 per month, and there's no long-term contract. And I get excited about these last 2 bonus benefits here: investment tools and wealth management tools. Why? Now we just laid out a game plan for you to not only get your credit together, get your finances together, but now this amazing platform is going to give you an opportunity to get on the pathway to wealth. We are in this amazing platform. You partner with us. We're going to show you how to build wealth the way the big banks and Wall Street funds do. Listen, I've been watching big banks build business for over 26 years. And with this amazing Master Note University, where you learn how to buy distressed, discounted assets held by these institutions and turn those into profits for you, this is exactly what the large banks have been doing, working with institutions to be able to hold the notes instead of holding the real estate property, because that's where the real profit is. And so by partnering up and becoming a member, you're going to be able to access this amazing note masterclass. It's going to show you how to do this type of investing by simply being a member for 3 or more consecutive months. We're talking about you now being able to get something valued that's well over $1,500. And the reason why I say well over $1,500 is because the knowledge that you're going to get through this Master Note program is invaluable to helping you build legacy. And so here's just a quick example of the kinds of deals that you'll learn how to get educated on going through the Master Notes class. In this particular case, we got this property here that had a note valued at $51,000. And so you'll be able to purchase this property for $51,000. But guess what? The property itself is valued at $115,000. So you see where you now are going to be able to earn at an accelerated rate. We're talking roughly 118% gain in 6 months. Why? Simply because you stepped out and said, I'm going to learn something, if you're like me, that I wasn't taught when I was younger. But we just taken all the excuses off the table in terms of if you need to get your finances in order, if you need to get your credit straight, if you need to learn how to invest to get your money working harder than you, you've got the solution right here in front of you. So the bottom line is we can take all the excuses off the table. I can no longer say, I didn't learn this growing up, because I have the opportunity to learn it now, just like you have the opportunity to learn it now. So take control of your financial future today. I need you to get mad. Just make a decision. Make a decision that you want more. And so your initial investment is only $149.90, which is well worth it. We're talking less than $3 a day and $89.95 per month after that. And so you're not going to find anything any better to be able to get your life back on track from this overwhelming debt, these credit errors. So finally choose you. Choose you over the creditors. Don't just live to pay bills, because I'm telling you, that's a vicious cycle. There's more to life than that. Replace your worry and stress with hope and happiness, because this company, this amazing platform, and what these co-founders have put in place is definitely revolutionary to be able to help you finally take control and feel like you back in control and get you back in the driver's seat. So you can create the life for your family that you and your family deserve. And so with this amazing plan, what I love is that, again, you're not by yourself on this journey. You are going to get a success blueprint to show you exactly what you need to be doing over what time horizon. So here we go. Month 1, we're going to work with you to pull your credit file. And this is our attorneys and specialists. They're going to do this for you. And you're going to be able to add your information to our member portal. You're going to be able to get help from a plan attorney to challenge those inaccuracies on your credit reports. And you're going to be able to dispute your personal information with these credit reports. So a lot of times we have old addresses, old names if you got married. Well, that's not you any longer. So in month 1, you're going to be doing all of that cleanup and preparing to dispute. Month 2 and 3, you're going to utilize our legal plan benefits to review your credit reports for any new violations. Listen, our plan attorneys are going to be with you throughout this journey. So you're not going to meet with them just one time. You're going to be able to dispute any unrecognized or unverifiable accounts. Listen, we get notices all the time. Hey, you open a new credit card or credit line. If it's not yours, guess what? You're going to be able to dispute that. All the way up until months 4, 5, and 6, where you're going to be able to apply in months 5 and 6, build up your credit. So we said allow anywhere from 1 to 6 months to get the old stuff cleaned off, but also so you can start generating positive credit history. And so with that, that's my time of sharing with you about this amazing services to get your finances together, to put you on the pathway to wealth. But don't go anywhere, because if you love what you heard, then you're absolutely going to love this next part, because we're going to sweeten the pot. We're going to show you how to get all of that I just shared with you, but we're also going to show you how to make greater impact helping others and put more money in your pocket. And so with that, I want to turn it over to my dynamic mentor, director, soon to be senior director, Miss Michelle Cofer, tremendous leader, heart of gold. Let me tell you, she loved people, but more importantly, she loved empowering people. She is known as the PivotHer, and I know she's going to share with you that pivot to prosper strategy that she has in order to be able to impact her community even greatly. So with that, let me turn it over to you, Ms. Cofer, to show them where the money is.
Where the money at? Listen, can you hear me, Ms. Tangela Collins Myers, loud and clear? Yes, okay, awesome. You guys, in the chat, we're not going to be before you long. In the chat, please light it up for Ms. Collins Myers. She just literally laid out the blueprint for you guys tonight on how to build strong financial solidarity in your credit, money management, all of that stuff even a pathway to building wealth through real estate, you guys. But a lot of you may be on the line and you may be like me when I first got started. I'm like, I'm a little girl from the projects. I don't know anything about money. I don't know anything about money management. Nobody ever taught me, how to make my money move and grow. And I can tell you, once you get around the right people in the right space, guys, there's an unlimited opportunity for you. And so just so that we're not strangers, I'm Michelle Cofer, the PivotHer, helping families pivot to prosper. I've been in this space. April 21st will be 6 years. But I got started like many of you who, came on the line tonight because you need to improve your credit. But just like Ms. Collins Myers, and just like some of you, like this just made sense. Like, okay, I can fix my credit, but do you know there are millions of people out there who also need help? And so you guys, I decided I would be a voice for people. 16 years social work veteran, minister, all I know is help people. So becoming an advocate and being a voice in this industry was very easy to me. But I'll tell you guys this right here. You're going to hear about how you can make some money. So maybe you're like, when she talked about that real estate, you like, oh, I would love to do that, but I ain't got no money to put in no real estate. I'm going to show you tonight how you can make some extra money. And I'm excited about it. I love talking about the money. So go ahead and drop in the chat for me some dollar signs, because I love talking about the money. Why? Because what you talk about, you magnify. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. And so I can tell you right now that this industry retired me when I was 39 years old. I'm super, super elated to talk about it because y'all, there's freedom here. Put freedom in the chat. There's freedom here. Now, we're not going to promise you you're going to get rich. We're not going to promise you you're going to retire at 39, but I can tell you that this industry, if you put in the work, guys, you can get anything out. Yeah, there are people that make no money at all, but it doesn't have to be you. I was one of those people that started literally at the bottom. I saw the value of the services. I went from a 550 to a 766. Like this week, I just got another credit card, $25,000. But guys, why do I even want access to that kind of stuff? So I can build wealth for my family. And I can tell you, most Americans are never able to build wealth, you guys, because they simply just don't earn enough. All right. So we're going to show you tonight how you can earn and expand your income, earning at least 50% or greater on every referral that you make. You're not fixing credit. Miss Tangela just told you guys, we got a whole team that's doing all of that. You're just referring people. Listen, 15% residually monthly team bonuses, how to accelerate. But y'all, this is why this really makes sense as an advocate. Follow me right here. When you start to think about where most Americans are, and I just saw a statistic that talked about the average American doesn't have $400 in their savings account, which I totally know that's a problem because we go to work. I worked for 16 years and was making $38,000 at my last job with multiple degrees. So I know that every person on this line tonight, I don't care if you make $500,000 a year, you have debt. That's about a third of your income. So look at it. You got a whole stack of money, but it's going out the door to student loans because they told us to go get those. I got 6 figures of student loan, mortgages, car notes, credit cards. But then here comes big business, birthdays, anniversary, bar mitzvahs, weddings, holidays. Like we're getting ready to go on a spring break. It's always something to spend. As Americans, we're consumers. So boom, another third of your income is gone. Look at the screen, you guys. Another third right here is going to taxes. You can't avoid them. Uncle Sam's going to get his money. So whether it's your payroll taxes, property taxes, ad valorem, swipe your credit card at the nail shop taxes, they're taxing us everywhere. So y'all, ultimately, most Americans end up with what? Nothing. 100% of your income is gone. And this is why every single one of us on the line needs additional income. And so I want to show you how simple it is. As an advocate with this platform, all you do is share, put share in the chat. All you do is share information, guys. You're not fixing people's credit. Like you're just sharing information. And I love it because we're in the information age. But guess what? You get to go out here, start out as a brand new advocate. If you're an advocate in the chat, drop ADV, team advocate, you guys, senior advocate nationals. You heard from Tangela Collins Myers, soon to be director in the company. You guys, you literally put yourself in position to get a raise if you want one, right? So you start out, the company's going to give you $40 of every referral that you make, and that's going to grow. So let's say you're on the line, you're like, you know what? I need to make an extra $1,500 a month. Guess what? Become a senior advocate, go out there and refer 30 people a month. You just made $1,500. But what if you were referring 30 people a week, you guys? Listen, we're talking about now that's $6,000 that you just supplemented your salary with. How long you think you're going to have a salary making that kind of money? Like, listen, I don't want to make any promises, guys, but I want you to know If millions of people are in the same position I was, where my interest rate on my car was 24.8%, I was living in an apartment that had mold because I had to, because my credit was holding me back. I couldn't own a home. If millions of people are just like me, let's go help them, right? Every time you go out there, guys, and share that information, not only do you get paid upfront a commission, you're going to get residual. Somebody put residual in the chat. This is where you're going to get paid over and over and over for doing something you did one time. Think about it. Put a 1 in the chat if you got a light bill. A 2, you got car note, car insurance, put a 3. You got a mortgage or rent, put a 4. My point to you guys is this: we got residual bills. Every month the bills come, but a lot of times we don't have enough money in the month. So this is why you need residual income. So as an advocate, you get started, you're going to make anywhere between $12 and $24 on every client that you refer, every member that you refer. So going back to this senior advocate right here, guys, let's say I showed you how to refer 30 people, make $15.60, right? Well, what if you did 30 people a month? That's an extra $480 you made to do nothing. You already referred them to the company. They got them. The attorneys got them. Listen, guys, they're in good hands now, but you're still going to get paid over and over and over. And this is, as Tangela said, where the money resides, okay? Listen, I want to talk to you guys about this right here, because if you've ever been a leader in your job, put me in the chat. Maybe you were a supervisor, you trained somebody. I was a call center lead rep. You guys trained a lot of people, but guess what? I never got anything extra. Nobody ever gave me a bonus on Friday when John got paid, right? But in this company, if you are a leader, you're going to be able to get an infinity bonus. And we know in Atlanta, infinity means forever and ever, ever, okay? So as an infinity bonus in this company, they say, listen, you go out here, this is you, beautiful girl with big hair. You go out here and you share this with your friend, Jeff. Jeff is like, okay, I want to make some extra money. I'm online anyway. I'm on the internet anyway. I'm talking to people at the grocery store anyway. So let me figure out the strategy y'all are using to share this with people. Well, Jeff goes out here and he shares it with Jane. You don't know Jane, but you're going to earn 6% of whatever she does in her business. Then Jane goes out there and she shares it with Elaine. You don't know Elaine, but you're going to get 4% of everything she does in her business. Then Elaine, they're going to share with Mike. Guess what? You don't know Mike, but you're earning 3%. So guys, that 3% will go on forever and ever, ever in your business. I just gave you guys one line of for an example, but guys, you can literally have thousands of people. I live in Georgia. You can have people in Minnesota, North Carolina, all across the country. But I just want you to see how simple this is. All you're doing is sharing information. Put a 1 in the chat if you do that anyway. If you've ever shared where you got your hair cut, who did your hair, who does your nails, where the best restaurant. I just referred my friends today to a barbecue restaurant in Atlanta. They went and it was a miss for them. But guess what? Had it been a hit like it was for me, that barbecue place ain't going to give me a coupon. They definitely not going to write me a check. But guys, we do it all the time, referring people. That's all you do with this company is refer people. But guess what? What I love is this leader check match bonus. This is something I can tell you I never saw in 16 years in corporate America. You know, I've been in companies where, you know, you're a leader, they're a leader, and it cuts off a part of your income. So you bottleneck and you don't want to help people, you know, or people don't want to help you. I'm a helper. I'm going to help people anyway. But sometimes people don't want to help you. But in this company, once you become a director or higher, you're going to be able to earn a check match from every single director or higher in your organization. So I'll give you guys this example right here. Let's just say this is me. I'm a national director, and national director, Jeff on my team, I shared information with him. Jeff made $500 this week. Guess what? I'm going to earn $200 of that. I'm not taking Jeff's $500. He still can feed his family. He can pay his car note, right? I'm going to earn 40% because I'm the person training him. Let's say I go out there and I bring on Joe. Joe is my coworker. He's like, listen, they about to furlough. They about to lay us off. I want to get ahead of this thing. Joe says, okay, I'm going to work. Joe makes $1,000. Guess what, guys? On level 2, I'm going to earn $300 because I'm working with him. Then level 3 down here, you got Mia. Mia's a millennial. She's on TikTok. She's cute. She's making all these reels and stuff. Guess what? Mia was like, I'm finna go for the 1,000. Mia makes $1,000, you guys. I earn 25% of that, $250. And I want you to understand that nobody can control your income here but you guys. If you want to write a big check, you write a big check. If you want to write a little check, you write a little check, but you can just go help people. Drop the word help in the chat. I'm almost done. This accelerator incentive is just what it implies, guys. You go fast, the company's going to reward you. If you're on the line and you currently own a business already, drop a 4 in the chat, because I can tell you as a business owner, you don't get in business and go slow. You get in business to try to get a return on your investment, right? So you want to move fast. We have a blueprint here already laid out showing you how to get this accelerator bonus. In fact, if you're on the line and you're an advocate and you've got an accelerator 3, 6, or 10, go ahead and put that in the chat. But let me explain to you guys who are guests. Accelerator 3 is just this: go help 3 people. In your first 3 weeks of business, refer 3 people. It could be your mama, cousin, coworker, doesn't matter. This company going to give you an extra $150 on top of the the $40 you already made to refer, right? Now, let's say you go out there, you help 6 people by 6 weeks, y'all. Millions of people need this. People are hurting right now. Help 6 people, refer 6 people. They give you another $150. You go out there by 10 weeks of the business, guys, you've referred 10 people. The company's going to give you an extra $200. Now you got a total of $500 you just earned another way. Somebody put another way in the chat because it gets better. So the accelerator bonus, I just told y'all that. But guess what? If you go out there and you help people on your team get started as an advocate, oh, that's the same slide. It's just presented a different way. So let me skip that one. So you go out there and you help people on your team get started who are accelerating. Guess what, guys? As they earn their incentive at 3, 6, or 10, the company gives you a bonus because you're the sponsor. Let me slow down so you get this. Example, I introduced Tangela to the business, all right? So I'm the sponsor, Tangela's the advocate. Tangela go help 3 people. She made $150, but because I'm her sponsor, they gave me $100. Tangela go help 6 people. She got $150, but because I'm her sponsor, I got $100. Tangela go help 10 people. They give her $200, but because I'm her sponsor, I get $100. So every time Tangela earns $500, I earn $300. You think she's mad? No, because we are both winning. This is the same example. They got to get those slides out of there. So listen, there's more money in this thing, guys, than you ever can imagine. Our goal is to help people own homes. And I can tell you the fastest way to get in position to own a home is to start eradicating debt. Well, if you got rent or mortgage, guess what? That's probably your biggest bill. This company says, if you come on here as a national advocate, director, senior, and up, we're going to incentivize you by paying a portion of your rent and or mortgage. Now, if you're on the line and you hit national advocate, you got a $300 monthly allowance. Let me stop my share. I want to see who's out here. You got a $300 monthly allowance. Drop 300 in the chat. You just heard from Miss Tangela Collins Myers, $300, you guys. There are so many, like literally, I could name probably 30 people out the cuff. Chelsea Conley, she's a millennial. Hattie Taylor, listen, $300 that the company gives them every single month. Now, as a director, you guys, you're going to get $500. So I'm a director, I get $500, but I'm literally knocking at the door of $1,000. But let me give you an example. My mortgage is $1,508 a month. My interest rate is 2.25%. Why? Because I fixed my credit. Okay. I wasn't going to play with it. I saw the information. It made sense. I leveraged the experts. They fixed my credit. Okay. So my credit is up. So I buy a house, 2.25. You guys, $500 a month of my mortgage comes from this company. So that's literally putting me in position to not pay my house off in 30 years like most Americans. You guys, I'm going to be mortgage free in 9 years. Somebody put wealth in the chat. This platform is going to set you up to build wealth if you're willing to invest in yourself, to stick around long enough to see the benefits of your labor. $1,000 as senior director. My mentor, Marlon Hester, listen, he gets $1,000 a month to pay on his mortgage. We got a national director, Kevin Blake, $1,500 a month. You guys, at $1,500 a month, that's going to eradicate some of y'all's mortgage. Now you got money to invest and get in that real estate banknotes. Now you got money to pay down those student loan debts. You got money to put away for your kids' future. You are in position to win. Somebody put win in the chat. But what I want you to know that I love about this company is, as an advocate, you're just a voice, but you're going to have access to everything Mr. George Newberry leveraged to build his empire. They're not withholding anything. I've never been around a CEO or a corporate executive where they give you everything. This book right here, he wrote that. Don't go buy it. It comes in your kit. They're going to give you a business starter kit with that book, Burn Zones. You're going to be able to hear his story, how with no education, guys, not even a high school diploma, this man amassed an empire of hundreds of millions of dollars through real estate. You're going to get all of that. You get starter kit. There's information, flyers, how you get paid. All of that comes straight to your door. You're going to get leads through the Founders Program. You get to work from home or anywhere you got Wi-Fi. You get a website already done. You're not spending hundreds and thousands of dollars to build a website. It's done. Training, support, and I want to add mentorship. because that is the key to having success. Getting with somebody you lock arms with and you follow in their footsteps, guys. That is how I was able to get in this industry, knew nothing about finances, and walked away a multiple six-figure earner, coaching others to their first six figures. Get a mentor. Tax advantages. Listen, if you're listening to this tonight and you don't have a business, you are leaving thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on the table. Wealthy people understand the advantages of having a business, and you can't build wealth at your 9 to 5. I know that sounds a little hard and harsh, but I'm telling you right now, guys, when I became aware of how wealthy people build wealth, like it just bells and whistles were just sounding, right? So you're also going to get the ability to go ahead and qualify for life insurance. When you refer one person, guys, you got a whole free life insurance policy. That's how wealthy people start building wealth. Guys, the benefits are endless. On top of the fact that you get everything Ms. Collins talked about earlier, you get all of the credit services, the attorneys, the wealth building tools. You get to invest in bank notes. We're talking about a $1,500 course they give you included over here for $249. Y'all, sometimes we got to just stop and say, why am I going backwards in life? Like, why am I spending hundreds of dollars on purses and hair and outfits when I can invest $249 on something that's mine, pick up income, residual income, put me in position to leverage that income to pay down debt so I can invest and keep the cycle of asset cash going? $249. Yeah, there's the monthly, the same because you're a customer, but guess what? You get to get it for free. Put free in the chat, y'all. If you refer 5 people, then this company is going to waive that monthly expense. So you're literally in your business, no overhead, major profit back, making dollar upon dollar, guys. And they're doing all of this, giving you all of this for free. I'm talking about, for me, the real estate activity and having access to that alone was worth every dime I invested. But there are 3 ways to participate. Number 1, you can profit as an advocate. You can get started with the person that referred you tonight and say, look, I want to be a voice for people. There are millions of people hurting. Folks are getting displaced. People are getting put out of their homes. People, just don't have enough money to provide. The poverty level is increasing. I want to be a part of the solution. Become an advocate, lock arms with us, and help us go out here and touch 1 million families in the next 3 to 5 years. But you can say, you know what? I got plenty of money. I'm not interested. I'm good. But I would like to talk with those attorneys. I would like to improve my credit score because I'm tired of getting denied, or my interest rate is too high. So I want to change that. Become a member, right? The difference between a customer and a member, you guys, is only $100. So you can become a member, or you can say, I'll just share. I'll just tell my friend about people. Well, guess what they're going to do? Just share. So if you're going to just share, you might as well be an advocate, because when you send somebody to them, all they're going to do is send it to the company, but they're going to get paid and you're not going to get paid. So if you're interested in sharing, that's great. But let me tell you something, guys. The future is not waiting on us. Life moves swiftly. Life moves fast. And if you haven't looked around economically and you've seen all of the stress that people are facing, and you're looking at, there's literally going to be no middle class. There's going to be the haves and the have-nots. I don't understand what you're waiting for, right? The secret to getting ahead in life is to get started. If I can, coming from the projects, you guys, little project girl, my mom raised me on $249, TANF, food stamps. If I can get in position to learn how to change my mindset about money so that I can learn the purpose of money, that money has a desire to move, be magnified. Money likes to go and change and make an impact. Money likes to be left behind for the next generation. If I can learn that and get around people like Tangela or whoever invited you, why can't you? Tonight, we want to welcome you to DebtCleanse. Get back to the person that invited you and let them know, hey, I want to be an advocate. B, I want to be a member. Or C, I'll just refer. Or maybe you're on the line and you're like, I got great credit, I got good money, but I am interested in that real estate piece. Well, you can come on board and you can invest in real estate. I mean, you can buy the course flat out. It's $1,500, but if you're an advocate or a member, you get that for free after the 3rd month. So it's up to you what you want to invest up front. But I can tell you right here, guys, things are changing and they're changing rapidly. Don't get left behind. If you are old enough to remember what happened in 2008, I want you to hear me right here. It's going to happen again. It's called cycles. What goes up comes down. What goes over comes around, right? It's called cycles. So this time you want to be on the other side of the cycle so that you're not the person that loses you're the person that wins. Everything attached to us wins, guys. That's our time. Thank you, Ms. Collins Myers. Good night, everybody. Get back to the person that invited you here and let them know you are ready to be a wealth builder. You are ready to change the nation one family at a time. You're ready to go out here and help people cleanse some debt and be an advocate with DebtCleanse. That's our time. We'll see you guys at the top. Michelle Cofer, Tangela Collins, we're signing out. Good night, everybody.